Tech CEOs are backtracking on return to office mandates. Just 3% want workers in the office full time. Many tech firms have spent the last 2 years summoning workers back into the office, all the while threatening them with layoffs. Even Zoom reverted to in person working last year. But now it looks like tech bosses have given up on their war on working from home. Now, I'm reading this because so many people in that Dell video were telling us, the employees, they don't have any power. The employers have all the powers. Okay, they do, but it's more employees than there is employers. And so around the world and around the country, they start just saying, all right, bet we'll just keep on moving around. We'll take less money to work where we want to. And some of y'all need us to do these jobs. Y'all will get the memo. Just 3% of tech firms are now asking their workers to go into the office full time, a significant drop from 8% last year. Flex Index analyzed the flexible work policies for 2,670 tech companies that collectively employ over exactly. That's 2,600 compared to 11 million people. And it found that tech firms have conceded that flexible working is here to stay. In fact, 79% of the tech firms surveyed are fully flexible, up from 75% in 2023. Meanwhile, more and more firms are giving employees the choice of when and where they work. While 38% of tech firms had an employee's choice model in 2023, today that percentage has jumped to 56%. It's now the most popular policy among tech firms. In comparison, just 18% of firms are dictating which days their workers need to be in the office with a structured hybrid model. Tech companies are perhaps the most well positioned to work from home, and in some cases have even created the tools to do so. It's why in 2020, the likes of Meta, Twitter, Shopify more declared that they were going to leverage the new decentralized way of working for good. We're going to be the most forward leaning company on remote work at our scale with a thoughtful and responsible plan to how to do this. Zuckerberg boasted, claiming that half of Meta's employees will be working remotely within the next 5 to 10 years. That was until last year when Zuckerberg declared that 2023 was going to be the year of efficiency and demanded workers return to work in the name of productivity while simultaneously scaring staff into complying with mass layoffs. Meanwhile, just 2 years after declaring that 60% of its workforce will operate remotely, Dell has now told workers they must go into the office 3 days a week if they want any hope of promotion. Google, Salesforce, and Amazon are also among major tech companies that are cracking down on return to office policies and meeting resistance from workers. It's not just the tech world that defeated CEOs that given up on forcing their workers to return to their vertical towers. Separate research echoes that CEOs across the board have softened their stance on working from home. KPMG surveyed U.S. CEOs of companies turning over at least $500 million and found that just one third expected a full return to office in the next 3 years. It's a complete 360 from their stance last year, where 62% of CEOs surveyed predicted their working from home would end by 2026. Why the change of heart? It's no secret that the rigid in office policies haven't landed well with workers. Leaders are perhaps experiencing more resistance than they had anticipated. Amazon is perhaps the most documented example of how ugly the RTO battle can get. Around 30,000 employees signed a petition protesting the company's in office mandate, and more than 1,800 pledged to walk out from their jobs to take a stand. The tech giant is still complaining that workers are dodging the 3 day in office mandate over a year after it was announced. Dropbox co founder and CEO Drew Houston perfectly summed up the situation. With bosses struggling over RTO, they keep hitting the go back to 2019 button, and it's clear it's not working. So, yeah, that was a lot. But that's just I wanted to do that one just for the naysayers and the haters, the tweeters and the leaders. I want to do I want to do that for all of them, just because like they just been all unruly in the comments of all of our videos, and I was like, y'all, whatever y'all want to say, man. Like I get it, um,
There's
but
power in numbers. There's power when we come together and we stand together for a cause. Don't ever get it twisted. We just rarely ever come together and stand together for a cause.
not only that, that just further backed up what I said about if it was so easy to offshore on the jobs, why would they even care about making people to come back in? They just send them out of India.
Yeah.
So
People want
that
I think
that's
I think that nobody I know who has had to go back into office is happy about it. Not one single person. They're not working any better. They're not working any faster. And they're also not even interacting with their coworkers.
kind of just touched on something else